Yeah.
Yeah. Mind you, you could be worse. You know. Well, did I tell you when I picked up Leon Spinks?
Yeah.
Remember? That was frightening, that was. Mind you could be worse.
Is he one of and that's under
No, he beat. Yeah, that was. Did I tell you when I picked up? No, he beat Muhammad Ali. Leon Spinks.
Yeah.
I had to help him out of my black cab and walk him into the Holiday Inn in Birmingham. You know the old Paradise Spinks? His managers had buggered off and left him. I was trying to talk to him. I couldn't make any contact. It will do when you do that to him, Pickett. The outside rather than the inside.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was like, 9 stone wringing wet, and I had to carry this former world heavyweight champion, into his hotel, more or less. Certainly help him out of the cab. Blimey, he was heavy and all.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. That was about 1993 when he was here for a fight extravaganza down the NEC.
He was still fighting then, was he?
Yeah. That's why that was the day I realised that the press are just bullshitters and liars, because I'd arranged him to get down to the Cauliflower here, the pub, because they had a box. He had a gym on the side of that, Al Stevens, that used to own it. Because he used to be a TOA. He was one of our customers, so I took him down there, sorted it all out. Went down there to watch him spar, because they says, pop back and see the champ spar. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to do that. Not often you see someone that beat Muhammad Ali spar. So I did. By the time I got there, he'd finished. I says to Al, he's on his comeback. He said, you're joking? You're joking? He's got no chance? Well, that's what these have said. No, trust me, he'll batter the geezer that he's fighting, but he'll never make a comeback. He's gone. And then on the Birmingham Mail, well, it was the Evening Mail in them days, it was something like Leon Spick's road to success starts in Birmingham at the NEC. Bullshit. All papers write is bullshit. More or less everything that you see in a paper, on the news, on TV, is based on bullshit and what they want you to believe. And people buy it. I mean, chasing Pokemon is about as real as it gets. Sadly, it is. That's why I don't believe in anything. Look at the date. That's true. And sometimes I get the television right. But the rest, read between the lines and you find the truth. Right, come on then. Let's have back-to-back again, because we were going to talk less, because we have got...
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's the team, down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. We chant of Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's hear you in the cup, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the pointed roll when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have a team that's tops here at St Andrews. They're gonna give us what we're longing for.
Welcome back to the 2016-2017 Tilton Talk Show Super Special. Guests in the studio tonight as we dedicate our first show entirely to Birmingham City ladies. Two super special guests in tonight. We'll find who shortly, but just to say they've both donned an England shirt. Summer's now over as far as I'm concerned. Chris Brown goes on his jollies to Turkey, posts a picture of his breakfast, and the country melts down into a military coup. The voice of all reason is back, but his bungee jump is looming. Can't wait to see the look on his face. And as for me, well, I went to Port Vale last night and it reminded me of the 80s. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Strap yourselves in. Let's get ready for it. 2016-2017 on its way. But first of all, Blues Ladies.
We're so happy following the blues. We love you.
A massive, massive, massive welcome to the 2016-2017 Tilton Talk Show, coming to you live on Facebook stream as well tonight, so look out for that. In the studio tonight we have two very special guests, friend of the show already, Aoife Mannion, and the lovely Chloe Peplow.
Hello.
So tonight we're dedicating the show to the Blues ladies. Mr. Reason, nice to see you, mate. What I want to do just before we do that, just go around the room and sum up the Euros in one word. Chris, off you go.
One word.
What? Just one word.
Ronaldo.
Gutting. Disappointing.
Yes.
And mine.
Sorry. Yes.
And mine was predictable. Right, okay, we're going to leave that there.
We could honestly, we could do a whole
show.
week's worth
I
of
know,
shows
I
on
know.
that.
Can you put your mic in front of
Oh,
you?
yeah.
That's person.
There you go. Then people can.
I've had a bit of a shufty around in the
better.
studio, so just bear with us while we get all the levels right. It is the first day back, so we'll crack on. We'll get in a million. Aoife, very welcome back. A very big welcome back to you. Nice to see you again. What do you think of the new Adidas kit?
Thanks for having me.
You're loving it?
It was good, doesn't it?
Yeah, cracking, isn't it? Cracking. I actually like the black better than the blues red.
Lovely,
Yeah, so I might have to get me a black one and look like a lady. Won't be the first time, but don't worry about it. Here we are then, sponsored by the ELA Group, and grateful we are for our sponsorship, aren't we, Christopher?
We are.
Grateful for our sponsorship. Chloe, sum up your season for yourself so far.
Better than expected so far, I'd say so.
Absolutely, yeah. So expectations have been, the excitement levels must be right bounding up there.
Yeah, improving as the season goes on. So.
Good, and let's just hope it keeps on. Just keep on. And for yourself?
Really enjoying it. We're in a different position from last year. Last year we were looking who was behind us, trying to just keep above water. This year we're looking ahead of us. We're looking to improve. We're looking to pick up points and really keep climbing the table. We're sitting pretty at 4th at the moment, but aspirations on 3rd.
It's looking good, isn't it? Would you agree, Christopher? Looking
I
good.
was. It's looking very good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Aoife said, from a fan's perspective, the difference from this season to last season, it's worlds apart, really. But you can't say it's fully deserved the season we're having. It's obviously 2 of the girls are in now, but you really couldn't put fault for any other players so far this season. I don't think it's
Brilliant.
been a real team effort.
Good team spirit.
Definitely.
All the dressing room all good and everything. Yeah.
All
Plenty
smiles
of
all
banter.
around. We've got a few new players. Got 1 girl from Norway, 2 girls from.
Yes, we did see on
3
the
girls from
internet.
Germany. They bring a sort of a refreshing face to the camp. Settled in really well, gelled in really well. Some of them have good banter, some don't. But they're all good fun.
What about them that don't? Who are them? No, don't name the shame. But like, we just have banter full stop all year. Or it's almost like a dressing room in itself here, Christopher.
Very much so. Yeah.
But without the boots and the
Or the ability.
Liniment. Is it liniment you rub on your legs, or was that back in the 90s?
I don't know. That might be beyond prehistoric.
Right, well, Mr. Brown keeps fiddling with his microphone sticks and the likes. We are actually going out live on
can't hear
Facebook,
what
aren't
you're
we?
saying, so
Good, I'm glad you can't hear a word I'm saying, but I could have lip read that me, so that I'd have been okay with the headphones on. Yeah,
I haven't got my mic on either. So.
Good holiday, Christopher.
Fantastic, thanks. Yeah,
Yeah.
lovely.
Plenty of photographs I saw.
I was just saying that was my 3rd coup.
There you go. Really?
Yeah, really.
What whilst you've
yeah.
been there, that's the 3rd military coup that's taken place in.
97 to 203 and 2003 and 2016.
Dear me. It's got something to
We'll
do
get a
with it.
prize.
Lucky omen.
Well, yeah. A 2-week or longer holiday there next year.
You get to organise the next one.
All right. Okay.
Right, girls, next game. What is your next game?
Donny on Saturday.
Donny on Saturday. Is that away?
Yeah.
It's away,
away,
yes,
away.
yeah. Yeah, that's always going to be a good game, isn't it?
Yeah. I was saying to Chloe before the show, unfortunately, I thought obviously most of the women's games are on Sundays, but because Doncaster play at the Keepmoat, the men's ground, they have theirs on a Saturday night, and we're away on Saturday, so I won't be able to go down to that one. If it was on the Sunday, I'd have been able to make it. But.
Right.
So, but they're at the moment, I think they're still pointless, aren't they? At the bottom.
You've played 5 games.
Yeah, but they've played with the. I'm sure we'll discuss this later on in the show. But with the current schedule, Doncaster have had I think they had 1 game postponed because of rain, but they've had a bit of bad luck with the schedule, so they've only played 5 games, I think, whereas
And
we've played 10. So,
okay, right.
but
okay,
so
yeah.
even though they are pointless at the moment, they've only played, a lot fewer games than the rest of the league. But so it's always tricky playing. I think it's always tricky because they're just so desperate now to get that first point or that first win under the belt that the longer it goes on, the more and more desperate they're going to be to get off the mark. So.
Yeah, it becomes the norm, doesn't it? If when you get stuck in the rut, as a certain team from B6 found out last football season, and it's going to be smiles all.
Didn't take long for that to come back.
Well, you know me. I like to give them a little mention now and again, just a little mention. And then you've got a game coming up in August, and that's going to be quite an interesting one because it's obviously the return of Karen Carney. And that'll be the game against Chelsea. Now, what the Tilton Talk Show and its affiliates and sponsors and friends are hoping to do is to raise an enormous amount of people to come along to that game. We want to fill the place if we possibly can. It's only a few quid to get in. I know the lads' season's just kicked off, blah blah blah. But we want to try and come down on that Sunday and make some noise. And get behind the girls, back the girls, as they say, back the girls. So we're going to be putting out a Facebook campaign and a social network campaign starting tonight, because that game's just about a month's time. That's the same day. The same day as this poor unfortunate fellow does his bungee jump, So we're going down to watch Chris do his bungee jump first thing in the morning, and then straight off to Solihull Moors for the game afterwards, and hopefully bring a few coach loads with us.
Yeah. That's the idea. Hopefully, as many people as possible for that one. For that one, obviously, and another reason the girls are in for next weekend as well. The Continental Cup quarter final. We're at home for that one as well against Liverpool. Obviously, cup competition. The league we're doing fantastically in. We got knocked out of the FA Cup earlier on in the season by Arsenal, but that was on penalties, and Arsenal have shown how strong they are this season. But a cup quarter final at home against a team that have progressed well in the season, but as it stands, we're still above them. I think it'd be a great opportunity for people to get down to that one as well.
So what's this, the Continental Cup?
Yeah, it's like the version of in the men's game it'd be the League Cup. Yeah. So it's just the FAWSL 1 and WSL 2 teams.
So how many teams will be in that altogether then?
Well, there was a few preliminary rounds with the WSL 2 teams, and then the WSL 1 teams entered at the last stage, and we beat Oxford away to get to the quarter final, and we've been drawn at home to Liverpool. So, but normally, as we were saying before, the cup draws have been pretty nasty to us. FA Cup and Continental Cup.
Well, we owe Liverpool one for a start, don't we?
Well, there's always that. Yeah, that's. I don't think that'll go away too soon. So yeah, there's that extra added spice to the fixture as well.
And what's the date of that one, Chris?
What, sorry?
The date of that one?
It's next Sunday, the 7th.
Next Sunday.
I think 7th of August. Yeah.
Kick-off time, 2
o'clock kick-off at Solihull Moors. Yeah. No. But there was.
I'll see if I can get Sharon's eye appointment changed.
Yeah. I think there was just over 1,000 at the last home game against Sunderland.
That sounds pretty healthy.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. There was a tournament between the sister clubs of Blues before that game, so obviously a few of those stuck around. But to get over 1,000 is a really healthy number at Moors, and if we could do the same, if not better, for the quarter final, and then obviously the one we're involved with Chelsea as well, that'd be, to end the season really well and get people in. If we can end the season well, like Aoife said, push for third. Unlikely that Chelsea and Man City will slip up that much the way they're playing, but you never know.
Doom and gloom when some of the ladies left, said Ray, but the new signings have been good. And he also says that the team seems to be believing in themselves now.
Yeah, well, we won't dwell on on the doom and gloom
Okay.
of the players that left too much. But
This is football. It happens, doesn't it? You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
it's what you have to come to expect. It's part of the game. You know, when you look at a certain individual who's just been bought for like, you know, the same price of Aston Villa and Wolves combined.
yeah,
You know, football can be a dirty old game at the top end sometimes, and you just have to manage these things. And
Yeah.
they'll come along, and people will come and people will go. Fans will always be fans, though.
yeah.
Correct, Aoife? You'll always be a blue nose, right?
Right on,
Always, absolutely. I love it. I can't wait. I went to Port Vale last night. I was going to interject a little bit,
Yeah.
and I had the most disgusting evening of my life. To be perfectly
Glad to
honest
hear
with
it,
you.
yeah.
Absolutely vile. What a horrible place. If I had enough plywood, I would board Stoke up from one end to the other. Full stop.
Do you have any chips?
Do you know what? There were so many chip shops open, and there were people working there from my hometown as well. I got searched by one of the lads from their hometown, and as I walked up, he says, "Oh, the DJ's here. Be careful." But it was just like going back in time. It really, really was. It was horrible. No pies. The coffee was like what you'd get at St Andrews back in the 80s. Well, the guano on the seat. I don't know whether you've seen on my Facebook, have you? I took a photograph. There was 3 seats next to us, well 4. One was broken and the seat wouldn't go up, and the following 3 there must have been £5 of pigeon guano between the 3 of them, and some poor unfortunate had come across with a cloth and tried to wipe it off, but I think got disillusioned and just left the smears where they were. You know, it was just a horrible experience. And football shouldn't be like that now. It's 2016 now. Football shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
Even in the lower leagues, it shouldn't be like that.
Just shows though. Port Vale are League One, I think. Notts County are League Two, but we went to Notts County away, and Notts County's ground is, you'd say that the level is good enough for Championship.
Right.
They've got a really nice ground.
Yeah.
Do you know,
the
one I've not been to.
seating's decent.
Last time we were due to go to Notts County, I did my back in and couldn't go, so it's one I've not been. But I've not been to Port Vale. I thought, opportunity.
So Notts County play at Notts County?
Yeah, Notts County Ladies play at home.
Yeah.
At
It's a nice tidy ground.
Meadow Lane, yeah.
I only live something like 10 miles from Port Vale's ground anyway, so just 20 minutes, half an hour in the car, and we were there. And I thought, I'll notch another ground up. It's one I've not done, and I now wish I hadn't. It was that bad, honestly. It was honestly that bad.
But it just goes to show, the teams that can, the teams that can't. Notts County have found themselves go to League Two.
It also goes to show how much I appreciate the catering at St Andrews.
That's good to hear. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm delighted to hear that. I'll pass on your kind
Anything
words.
new on the menus this week or this year, or is it?
There is, but I can't say. I'm sworn to secrecy.
Really?
Yeah, we've already had our meeting, so yeah.
And I see you're donning an Adidas shirt tonight with
Yeah, it's my Real Madrid.
is that Milan?
For Ronaldo, Real Madrid.
Real
Madrid. Milan.
I can't put my glasses on. Oh, here we are.
Elo says, Alfie, do you want us to bring a coffin to Chelsea? And Ladies Fan says, the doom and gloom has visibly gone. Because you was in the coffin, was it, wasn't you?
Yeah.
£301. £301.
Yeah. I've seen it on like there were snapshots on Facebook of it making the news and stuff.
5.5 million internet views in 4 days.
That's
It was on CNN. It was on Fox News.
Fox News.
We were told by the woman on Fox News to grow up and put the coffin on. Obviously, number one, no disrespect to Americans, but they just don't understand football, and they certainly don't understand football rivalry. And I think we're quite unique and quite lucky in Birmingham to have another team so close that it does give us something that.
That's
that
not
we
my
can,
phone, by the way.
we can
No,
spark on. It's mine.
It's the host.
At least I turned it off and didn't answer it.
Yeah, but I think that was something that'll be difficult to forget. That the reaction to it was ridiculous.
It would be
wasn't
difficult
it?
to emulate as well, difficult to
Yeah,
recreate
well,
again, anything
yeah.
like that. Yeah, but I did like your comment the other day, Chris, when this rumour was going around that they were going to be docked 9 points. Shall I make? He comes straight onto his Facebook. Shall I make another coffin?
Oh, that wasn't me. Somebody else said that.
Was it? I thought it was
somebody
you.
else said it.
Yeah.
Somebody else said it. Sorry. Questions.
But the point about the doom and gloom is, at the start of the season, from an outsider's perspective, if they'd have seen Blues struggle last season, and then somebody would have told them that Carney, Potter and Moore and Weston and Spencer would all be gone this season, halfway through this season, that those players wouldn't be here, then the natural reaction of outsiders would be, well, they're going to struggle big time. But we've shown that the Chloe and Aoife, Aoife's been in the team, well, that Arsenal game, so 2-3 years now, a member of the first team. Chloe breaking through in particular this year, they've shown that the players are there who are coming in, and they're doing, the biggest praise I can give them is that we're not missing those players. So if anything, we're looking more fluid, we're looking more of a threat, more solid than we've ever done. So
that's testament to you guys, by the way.
Absolutely, 100%.
Absolutely. And of course the rest of the team too. What position do you play?
I play centre midfield. But
centre mid?
Yeah, recently I've been
or
playing
right wing
back.
Right.
Found out, yeah.
So you're quite adaptable, quite comfortable in both positions?
I wouldn't say I'm comfortable, but minutes is minutes, so I don't mind playing there.
You'll play anywhere?
Yeah, anywhere.
For the badge. Are you a Blue Nose yourself?
No, personally I'm not a Chelsea fan. So
Chelsea?
you could say blue, yeah.
You're a Chelsea fan?
Blue or down.
They're going to bring as many people down to that Chelsea game as we possibly can, right? And we're going to be cheering for you. Who's a Chelsea fan? Oh, the irony! Don't you just love it? Do you get to see Chelsea much? We don't mind saying Chelsea here. It's just another word.
No, not really.
No.
Just been a fan since I was young, so followed after my dad because that's who my dad supported. But
And you're from this?
Glory Henna.
You're from this local area, are you?
Yeah, Bromsgrove. So
Bromsgrove, okay, cool. Chelsea. I'm going to get over that, mate, on the day.
No, it'd be fine. Just remember that she's from this area and she doesn't support them. That's all that matters.
And you're wearing that badge,
especially Bromsgrove. I think that's quite it's a heartland for those sorts of fans.
Can I catch up with a few questions?
Of course, feel free.
I thought you bought the wasabi peas out.
Kentucky over there. Ray says, do any of the ladies have any pre-match rituals? And if so, who? What are
Chloe, let's go for you first. Any pre-match rituals?
Me individually?
Yes.
I don't really know what a ritual is, to be honest with you.
Well, do you put your left shoe on first and then your right shoe on? Or
Superstitions.
Yeah.
I wear 2 pairs of socks every game.
You wear 3 pairs of socks?
Just two.
Two, beg your pardon.
Yeah, but
right.
that's something I've always done, but that would be mine. But personally,
Is that for more protection or because your feet get cold or?
I don't really know, just because sometimes my boots are a bit too big and it's something I've always done, so personally that's what I do, but I'm not sure about anyone else.
Right, so you're a 2 pairs of socks lady yourself?
Yeah.
Sometimes I get superstitious in cup runs, so if I notice that I did a certain thing, like I remember in Champions League I had my nails painted a certain colour, then every game I had to have them painted that colour. Or something like I'll find myself in a certain...
I think I'm going to try that one.
We'll win the FA Cup this year because you've painted your nails the same colour.
Or just position in the warm-up queue or something stupid and equally silly. It always gets disproved in the end, but it's hard to not hook on to something like that.
Chris, do you have any superstitions in your work and in your kind of life?
No.
None at all?
No, not really. I don't do enough to be superstitious about anything. So.
No rituals, no little sort of nuances that,
No, I don't think I do.
Nothing?
No, I can't say there's...
What about before an average Tilton talk show? What, any rituals there? Arrive late?
No, I'm always really early.
You are?
I go straight from work, so... Mind you, when I had my new car... Not this one, the one before. So about 3 years ago, when I first had that, when we were coming in, the BP down the road, and I'd always get it washed before the show. I'd always leave straight from work, come here.
I think I had mine washed a year. That's February.
And go to the car one, and that happened for about 4 months, I reckon. Every Monday night.
So every Monday night was car wash night.
About 6:30, yeah, straight from work. Go and get the car washed and come home.
Chris Brown.
Rituals?
You knew we were coming to you, didn't you? Anything that's...
Well, I do have a Nivea ritual.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Do you know an anagram of Nivea is naive?
Is it?
It is, absolutely, yes.
Because ELO's put it on there. Yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're right.
So what's your Nivea ritual then?
Well,
Explain to the listeners and viewers now.
Basically, I just put it on my face. So I can keep these beautiful, good looks.
Yeah. That youthful look.
They're laughing.
Well, I'm trying my best not to.
Can we go back to the questions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is the team morale better now? A certain CM has left.
CM. The team morale is good. There's smiles in the camp. Everyone's really happy. And
Who asked that question?
Who is CM?
Who asked that question?
Harry.
Harry.
Ah.
Yeah.
Harry, I don't think so.
No.
You can sign a triple H, you can sign in as anybody on it.
Yeah,
can't
that's
you? You know
true.
what I mean?
Yeah, Harry.
No, don't.
Harry, you wind-up merchant.
I think one thing that's brought a lot of smiles to the camp is some of the new foreign girls. You know, we didn't know what they were going to be like. We didn't know what influence they could have on the team, but they were just really smiley, really happy. I think they've added a nice dynamic into the team. Everyone seems to have gelled and just really got on quite well, actually.
Speak good English too?
Yeah.
You usually find that from the Scandinavian
Better
countries.
than
don't you?
the
No, Scandinavians usually do, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, I worked out in Sweden for 18 months, and it was just unreal. The amount of. I genuinely wanted to go there and learn Swedish, but I learnt two words. One was skrivet, which is save on your computer, and the other was snorkråka, which was a bogey. So there you go.
Brilliant.
Was it Volvo?
Well worth
That's what we say here anyway.
Was it Skoda?
But no, I genuinely wanted to go there, culturally wise, and pick up on the language. But they just insisted on speaking English all the time, so very difficult to kind of join in.
From don't want to gloss on it too much, but from your point of view, started the season playing alongside Harry's CM that we won't mention, but then now with Andreen, what are the differences?
Personally, I haven't played alongside Andreen. But Andreen's come in and it's a lot of competition. Andreen's technically good. With her feet, passing, distribution. It's something that I want to look to improve on. So I can use her to learn off. I'd love to play alongside her. If I get the opportunity, I think we'd work well together. But I'll just use her as someone that I can obviously work off and learn off as I get older. So it can only make me better. So.
Yeah, something that you don't see if you're watching is that behind after the game and off the pitch, someone like Andreen, she's a really, really good professional off the pitch. Does extra after training, has a really professional mindset, and that's something that I think all of us have started taking little bits from her game and some of the other foreign girls who've been there and done this for years now, being professionals. It's quite a new experience for a lot of us. So I think we've really benefited from that as well, and that's probably one of the reasons why we have been pulling through in some of these latter games now.
Yeah. Cracking stuff. For yourself, Chloe. I'm terrible at names. I've got one right. Mark that one down, mister. Mark that one down.
Got there eventually.
Who was I kept calling H or J? Was it?
The Euro show,
It's complete. I lose it. You just have to just.
There's only one letter you need to remember.
It's just the way life is. What was it like to pull on the England shirt?
Pull on the England shirt? When I first pulled on the England shirt, obviously it was a really proud moment in front of my mum and stuff like that. I'm quite a nervous person. So the first time I pulled it on, I was proper nervous. I used to play number 9 back those days, but I could never really score a goal. So I don't know why, but it was an honour, and it always is when I put on the England shirt. I really enjoy it. So something I want to carry on doing. Then obviously hope to reach senior level one day.
Who have you played against so far?
Throughout my whole career?
Yeah, and as far as the England setup goes?
Played Iceland, Sweden, Slovakia, Spain, Germany, your France's. Just recently played USA at St George's Park in a double header.
Right.
And got 2 good results against them. We got a win, 1-0, and then we drew them 2-2. So for such a good team in the women's game, they were 2 good results.
Are they still one of the top teams in USA?
Yeah, USA ranked number 1.
Oh, right, you can't get any topper.
Yeah.
So who did you play against for your first game then? First England experience?
My first ever game was Holland away, and we had a double header against them.
And did your parents and the family all get to that
My mum came out, my mum came out. She was my own supporter, but she always is, so she was out there.
Smashing. What about yourself, Eva?
First game was against France in 2009, 15th of February.
It's like my first Tilton talk. So I remember it.
I think that's quite sad. I remember that.
First time I pulled that Tilton talk mic next to me, I remember it so well.
I brought my family with me, all camping out in Chris's shop.
It's quite surreal. Just had the family there, same as you, Chloe, really.
So what do? Do you get a phone call to say you've been picked and selected?
I think some people get a phone call. I got an email.
Right.
So it's a bit more. It wasn't as glam as a phone call. Like
Sitting right by the phone.
Yeah, got the call up.
Sitting right by the phone, not checking your emails.
Had my boots on, ready to go.
Yeah.
You get an email, and it releases the itinerary for the camp. And the players who you're going to be in with. And I didn't really get it the first time I got an email. I didn't really understand what it was all about. I didn't really know there was such a thing as under 15 England camp. So I went along anyway and loved it, and have been lucky enough to be asked back ever since.
Was your first age group under 15?
Yeah, my first age group was under 15 as well.
So, as we've just come off the back of an international football tournament,
which won't be mentioned.
Yeah, we won't mention it. You've had a tournament, haven't you? You've been part of a tournament.
Yeah, the Nordic tournament.
Have you been part of an international tournament?
Yeah, recently we had the Euros in.
So, of course, yeah. So, being part of an international tournament, your very first one, is being with each other, with the group, in a hotel, away from everyone, is it such a massive... Because obviously there's a big thing, isn't there, about how do we stop the players being bored or whatnot on international tournaments, with England and being away from families and that. What's your perspective from your experiences of international tournaments? How different is it, and how easy is it to acclimatise to the situation?
I think when you go away in a tournament, what you forget is that there's probably been loads of preparation camps up to then. So you're going away, firstly to represent your country, but you're lucky enough to go away with girls that hopefully you'll have gelled with really well, you really get along with. So, for me it's always been really enjoyable. The furthest and most abstract place I've ever been in terms of acclimatising was Turkey, and we had to go out there extra early and we had to do different things to acclimatise to the heat. But that's something that the sports scientist sorts out for us in terms of just how you deal with the experience. You're in the same boat as maybe 18, 17 other girls. Who most of the time, most people are lucky enough to be really, really good friends with a lot of them because they've grown up with them, and they either play at club level with them or they've sort of grown up internationally with them.
Yeah. Is that the same?
Yeah, the same as me. My first one was a couple of years back. We was out in Bulgaria. It was phase 1 qualifiers, and I'd never been involved in anything really like it before. But the schedule's so tightly packed, like you've got 3 games in a short amount of time. Like there's not a lot of time to get bored. Like you have your downtime, but when you've got your downtime, you need your downtime. But apart from that, the schedule's packed. You've got training, you've got your games, and so there's not really any time for you to get bored because you're always on your feet and always doing something. So.
Always preparing for the next opponent and that. Yeah.
Question for Chris.
Me?
Yeah.
What?
It might be for him actually.
Yeah, that's true. Are you sure it's not for you?
No, it's definitely for you. It says Mr. Fun.
No. Not me then.
I'll come to this in a minute.
What's the best ladies match you've ever seen? And best ladies...
Does it have to involve blues?
Yeah, and best... No, it doesn't say that. Right? And best ladies player you have seen in a blue shirt. So it's the best ladies match you've ever seen and the best ladies player you have seen in a blue shirt. You've got to be careful what you're saying.
Yeah, I know, yeah. 2 of them sitting there.
This is so immortalised, this show.
From a Blues perspective, I'll always say the cup final, which we won on penalties against Chelsea.
You went live to that, did you?
Yeah. That was...
I missed the end on Sky.
Yeah, on the red button, yeah. But, the whole day, being in an FA Cup final, watching obviously I've supported Blues all my life, men and women, but to see a team represent Blues in an FA Cup final was immense. And then just the sheer the up and down of the day, like we were so close to losing it, and then twice, and then coming back, and then eventually winning it on penalties. There was a couple of the England games in the World Cup last year. The Canada one, especially, I think, to play the host nation in a quarter-final of a World Cup and beat them. We were really good on the day. So there's a couple, but I because I'm a Blues fan, there's a couple. The cup final, obviously, and some of the Champions League games. The Arsenal one at St Andrews,
brilliant, not great.
Was immense, because that was, Arsenal's history in the Champions League is unprecedented for an English club, and to beat them at St Andrews for the girls obviously was amazing. And what was the other one? The best player in the blue shirt?
Best ladies player you've seen in the blue shirt.
Gotta say, Cass.
Yeah,
Gotta
I think so. I'm a bit unconventional. Carney was, just an incredible player to watch, and especially the cup final, she dragged us through that. She really did. She scored the free kick in extra time as well, and everything.
I think her achievements for England speak volumes as well.
Exactly. Yeah. To have a player that's won that many England caps and is a Blues fan and has played for Blues. But I always love watching Jodie Taylor play as a probably the most clinical finisher I've seen in the women's game. The World Cup goal. Yeah. I mean, she was probably. They were saying about 60%, 70% fit that whole World Cup. There was no way she was 100% fit, but she ran her socks off every game, and every game for Blues as well. She did it. She weren't here for long, but yeah, I think probably Carney or Jodie Taylor. But in 10 years' time, I'll say one of these two when they've won the World Cup.
After this Chelsea game.
Yeah.
When you run rings around Karen.
Yeah.
Question now for Ophi. Are you on pen duties after you hit the top bin for England?
I'm trying to get on pen duty, but not many people are having it. I'm practicing after sessions. I'm beating Andy. I'm beating other people, but it's going to take a while to let people get over the idea of a centre back taking the penalties.
Yeah.
I want to be on them though, and if there's any...
Would you step up to the mark and just do it?
Yeah.
Go.
I think so.
Penalty shootout. That's what we're having.
5.
Winning it. Winning it. I love that.
Which one next? Okay, we'll go to. Have we ever really replaced Jodie Taylor? I'll just repeat that again with my mic on. Have we ever really replaced Jodie Taylor?
Depends what qualities you're judging on.
If you're purely looking at in that goals for tally, then you can't say yes, because the goals that she and Rachel Williams scored were, we haven't replaced those. That's a fact. But the players that have come in, the strikers we've got now, they've, like you say, the different qualities they bring. When Williams and Taylor were playing, the amount of goals they scored, but the amount of assists from Chelsea Weston, a right back, because that used to be the trick all the time, because they'd run the channel so well and they'd work their socks off. It'd be Chelsea Weston playing it over the top, and they'd just be running onto it all the time. And obviously they were such good finishers that we scored a lot of goals that way. But now we're linking up. So Frida and Charlie Wellings, who got her first goal recently. Bella Linden when she's played, Kirsty Linnett when she plays. I think they're bringing the whole team into it much more. And Mel Lawley's playing a more central role, and she's getting a lot more. They're linking up the midfield and the strike force. Are linking up much well from my perspective, anyway, as a fan, from a fan's point of view. And I think it's much better to see. It's more enjoyable to watch it that way. I think we're playing better football that way.
It's good to see that what we're trying to do in training is actually translating, and that fans can see it that way as well.
Yeah.
I'm getting told off my pronunciation of your name.
Aoife.
I know.
Double EFI.
It's pronounced Aoife.
Who said that?
ladies fan.
We call you Triss.
I've been called worse.
We know. We know.
On this show.
I don't know if anybody wants to answer this one.
Me, yeah.
The worst ever playing a Blues ladies shirt?
Ricky Otto.
That's brilliant. Yeah. Ferdinand Coley. That's brutal, that is.
It is brutal.
Oh.
You don't have to answer it.
No, I don't think you should.
There was
Unless she's gone long way away.
Somebody is going to undo them bolts on that bungee jump.
Do you know what? It doesn't even matter if I try or not. I always bring controversy. So, yeah, in the first season, I think Eartha Pond was in our squad, and before that, yeah, I can't remember the name of her, but she moved to Lincoln after she joined us. I don't think she was with us at the start of the WSL. I think she started the WSL with Lincoln. I can't remember her name. She was perfect, but yeah.
Well done.
Thanks. Sorry if she's listening.
Will Aoife, correctly, be getting bladdered on her 21st birthday when she has to play Liverpool the next day?
No.
Yeah.
So it's all going to be very professional. Yeah. So how are you going to manage your 21st birthday with a game the following day then? Or are you going to have your birthday celebrations afterwards? Or
football will just come first.
Hey, love it.
There'll always be another birthday, hopefully. At the end of the season.
In our case, there's been quite a few, dear.
A few people have asked me. I don't know, really. I don't know what I'll do. Might have a family meal. Nothing special. Just all eyes on finishing.
So you're not going to do a Grealish then?
No.
No.
He went to my school.
Did he?
Yeah, sat next to him.
I wonder if Doco's listening.
I won't be going to Tenerife.
No.
Cool. So an average week then, ladies, in the life of a Birmingham City ladies player. Let's start Monday morning, and you've got a game on Sunday. Take us through what happens.
Do you know it? Or?
I'll go. Monday is generally just recovery, depending on how long you've played on a Sunday. So if you played a full game, you'll be in recovery over at Tudor, so in the gym, in the pool. If you haven't played or you've played little, you'll be doing a blowout. But that's what we get up to on a Monday.
Tuesday.
So, sorry, what time would you start on a Monday and finish?
Yeah.
So it's an afternoon start on a Monday.
Right, okay.
I feel like we're giving away all our secrets.
Yeah.
Hey, don't. If it's, I wouldn't want you to. We genuinely wouldn't want you to. We wouldn't. We genuinely mean that here on the talk show. We wouldn't want.
We wouldn't want to get in trouble, would we?
Well, it's not that. I don't. Karen Carney might be listening.
Yeah.
We're playing Chelsea soon.
Tuesday, train once, gym once. Wednesday off. Thursday, train twice. Friday, train once, gym once. Saturday, rest. Sunday, game.
Right. Okay. So then on a game day.
Yeah.
Let's assume you're playing at Solihull. What's the routine from there? From kind of time of getting up to.
So work back from kick-off. If it's a 2 o'clock kick-off, which it usually is, 12:15.
He still hasn't UB40'd that door, has he? Yeah, go on, sorry.
12 meet at Solihull Moors, and then before that's everyone's own schedule.
Like meal or something, or
breakfast when you get up, and then another eat before you go. So you might have brekkie at 9, and then have a chicken wrap at 11 or 12 or something.
And then comes the kick-off. At the moment you walk out, and of course the game happens, and you win. Do you have a beer afterwards?
No.
No.
No, I don't.
No.
Rage.
Sorry?
Yeah.
I'm a licensee. I'm a licensee.
That's a good start, isn't it?
How old are you?
17.
17. Yeah. Okay. So a J2O for you. A J2O for the lady. So your football is it seems to be all your main focus.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, isn't it? It's like I'm not to be disrespectful to you guys, but I mean back home on a weekend I deal with the opposite side, shall we say? Because I work in nightclubs and the likes, and I see them wasted out on the floor and all sorts. They are the Grealishes of society. But no, I find it quite refreshing that like two young ladies can be so very committed to doing what they do.
I think that's part of the philosophy now and the way women's football's going, if there is something good that's come out of Man City trying to, throw money at winning everything, and Chelsea and that, it's that everybody else, if they are to be successful, if they are going to do anything, then everybody else has to tag along, and everyone else has to join in and do the same.
You still get left behind, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, absolutely. The likes of Bristol who just physically couldn't. They got relegated, and Everton the year before that. Like, if you physically haven't got the money, or you're not willing to go ahead and join and go this way, then you are going to get left behind. But for people like Chloe and Eve, Chloe's 17, for her to have this philosophy and this mentality and professionalism embedded into her at such a young age. She's got 15, 20 years left in the game. It'll prove her really well, and the same for Aoife, just a couple of years older.
Respect, ladies, respect.
I'm not sure if we answered this in an earlier question, but which away ground, domestic or international, has the best facilities?
For us.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We don't play football. So. We only eat at the catering bars.
Sure.
And I won't give it to Port Vale, I can guarantee you that.
All around facilities, Man City ladies, or Man City women definitely, they play at their youth academy stadium. So there's a smaller stadium next to the Etihad.
I've seen pictures of it,
and it's just incredible. It really is, and the changing rooms are incredible as well. We played at Wycombe Wanderers ground at the weekend.
Yeah, against Reading.
That's where Reading play, Adams Park, and that pitch was gorgeous as well. The pitch was massive, but it was really, really nice. Anyone else?
No, I'd say Man City and Reading. The two main.
Hopefully one day we'll be able to say Wembley in an FA Cup final with Blues.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be
Well,
special?
the League Cup equivalent, will that be played at Wembley?
No. That's funnily enough, that's handily being given to Man City women's ground.
Really?
Yeah, with them still in the competition, which is lovely, really, for them. But obviously the FA Cup final being at Wembley, I think that's the plan for the time being now, for indefinitely. So, that's obviously the dream for every women's player now, to get the chance to walk out at Wembley in an FA Cup final. The one I went to was at Bristol City, Ashton Gate. So they were being held at decent league grounds.
Yeah.
There's nothing like that.
You can't compare it to Wembley.
Been to Wembley South, Eva?
Yeah, I watched England women play Germany in 2014 November, and got chills. Really, it was just incredible seeing a women's game there and it being supported so well. I think we got maybe 30,000 people.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Shame about the result, but
yeah, that was England, and that was only 2 years ago, and I think this year's FA Cup final got about the same, didn't it? 30-35, which for two club teams in women's football is fantastic. So,
what about yourself, Chloe? You've been to the National Stadium?
I've been to Wembley once, same as you though, England v Germany.
Did you go to that one?
Yeah.
Could have told me you were going.
I've been to that one, but it's
Fight.
the same. Yeah, but that's the only one I've been to, really. That's the only one.
You see, I don't know about yourself, but me and Mr. Brown, we were lucky because we got to go to the old one.
I didn't go to the old one.
You didn't go to the old one, and there was nothing. The most surreal experience I ever had at Wembley was just after what was the disaster where lots of people got killed.
What year?
Yeah.
Hillsborough.
Yes.
Oh, it's
just after Hillsborough. Sorry, it's just
91
after Hillsborough.
then.
91.
Yeah.
And there was a game at Wembley a week or so later, and this was before seating came.
Well, the Hillsborough was 89. We played in 91, didn't
Okay.
we?
Yeah. Yes, we did. Yeah. And this was before the seating was in both ends, so it was 99,000 people crammed into Wembley Stadium. And I was opposite the Twin Towers, so the Twin Towers were on the opposite side of the stadium, and the noise was just incredible, absolutely unbelievable. And the two teams walked out, and they got to that halfway line, and the announcer said, "Ladies," and that place just fell completely silent, and I could hear those two flags flapping gently in the wind. I got goosebumps again, lot. Right, and that's the most surreal experience I ever had at Wembley. Apart from, of course, winning the Leyland Daft Cup, because we never expected Birmingham City ever to win a trophy, not in my lifetime.
And then they can't.
But then we went on. Well, before that one, we had the other one, didn't we?
Water windscreens.
The windscreens here. We've got.
God, we're so successful.
Yeah, and. But yes, and again for me to go to the Carling Cup in 2011 and have my 3 boys with me was just an absolute pleasure and a dream, because my dad took me to my first, I took all my boys to their first, and they're doing the same to theirs now, and it's just beautiful. Love it.
Yeah.
Another question from Jack. It says, Chloe Aoife, why do you think we haven't scored enough goals for the past 18 months? Controversial questions tonight.
Brutal question.
Sorry.
Brutal question.
I don't write them.
Why not? Come out with it.
It's difficult. It's difficult to diagnose. I certainly don't think that Kirsty Linnett's injury helped. She was on fire back in the 2013-2014 season, and then she got injured and didn't feature as much. And she was big. She was, a big feature of all of our goals.
Yeah.
I'm not sure actually, and it's something that we work on in training really, really hard. And I think if we really knew the answer, it's like the $1 million question, isn't it? For any team that doesn't score enough or concedes more than they like to, or why? Don't know. That's what
I think from a fan's point of view, this season, the question was the last 18 months. I think this season and last season, we're creating so many more chances this season. So I think last season you were looking at games thinking, where are the goals coming from? Which is probably why we struggled. And you're looking at it thinking, well, we're not creating a vast amount of chances. But I think this season is certainly not through want of trying. It's a bit of bad luck. I think we scored 2 away at Oxford. Honestly, it could have been 15. The chances we're creating are getting there, and I think that's testament to the way we're setting up and we're playing now. Trying to get more players involved in the attacking build-ups. And
this year it's probably more a question of why aren't we converting?
Yeah, whereas why aren't we making chances this last season?
If you don't make the chance, you're never going to score the goal.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Now you're creating the chances, then that could have its knock-on effect, and the goals will just follow on.
And the girls are still new. The international girls are still new. They've only played 4 or 5 games. Lyndon had a little injury, didn't she? She missed the 1 game. And Charlie's still young, but I think the more the team plays together, this team, I think that's important now. The squad sticks together, and in the next 2 years, if it can stick together, and then I think we'll definitely blossom and start scoring more goals.
Anything else? Question.
Anything else?
No, I think we're caught up.
Okay, go back to.
We have actually got some more. Do you want me to carry on? Sorry. Okay. Who scores in training the most? This is ladies' fun.
Well, it's probably me, really.
Says the marauding centre half.
Who varies, really, doesn't it? On the forward score in training, which varies.
Charlie Wellings. She's the type of striker where if she gets a chance, then she converts. She doesn't need many chances to score. Who else? Frida. Just really, really tricky little player.
Bella's put in quite a few instances.
Yeah, Bella is pacey.
Skillful as well.
Yeah,
She's
very skillful.
Yeah. She in the warm-ups before the game, she's always flicks and tricks and back heels. Yeah. In the little 5-a-side warm-up.
I think the next comment runs onto that actually. It says, can you try pumping a ball over the top to get Charlie or Frida to run onto it? James Vardy style. Both have pace to burn, said Jack.
Definitely. And again, it's something that we do practice. It's actually a picture, a pattern that we play to. And a lot of teams clock onto that as well, but I guess it is easier said than done sometimes. But we specifically train for that forward link-up movement to allow patterns and opportunities to come like that. The problem that we find is when you play a team like like Reading, like we did at the weekend, where they anticipate us to play like that, they actually sit in. And if their defence, isn't high enough, then there's no point playing a long ball because there's nowhere to play it to, kind of thing. So it's a very much, play it by ear as the game comes, as opposed to being like a real kind of, Bible, anything goes. We just hit it over the top. It doesn't work like that.
So I take it you always have a plan B. Let's assume you were going out with that plan A to
yeah,
start
definitely.
with, and you get 20 minutes into the game.
It's refreshing, isn't it? A plan B.
Yeah. We never have one, do we, Christopher?
Well, I'm just thinking back to the summer, but ignore that.
We actually are the plan B.
Yeah.
So the manager would make that decision. Would he signal to the captain, right? Okay, change, do this, convert to.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're lucky if it works like that, if it's as coherent as that. But as on Sunday, we got really frustrated actually because we're used to playing teams that press us really high. So we think like your Arsenals, your Cities, and whatnot. And when we played Reading, their tactic was to not engage our defence as we had the ball until we reached the halfway line, and it just really threw us and changed the dynamic. And it's something that the manager addressed at half-time, and I think, the fans would agree that we put in a lot better performance in the second half.
After Chloe came on.
Yeah, game changer.
And Connie as well.
And Connie,
Bless her for not taking all the credit. I'm overcome with emotion.
No, but Chloe and Connie, obviously I didn't go to that one, but Connie and Chloe did get rave reviews for changing the game as they come on in the second half.
Go back to the England scene then. Do you get access to St George's?
Yeah, a lot of our home camps now.
Yeah,
at
and
St.
training
George's.
camps all held at St.
If everyone up there, just give us a message. I live around the corner.
We will do.
Come and watch again. No problem at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can get access, can you to people watching?
Yeah.
You're not coming in.
I don't care.
They won't let you in. They won't let you in.
Your pictures at the door.
All those facial recognition systems they have in nightclub. Don't let him in. 5 minutes of the first show of the year left. Where's that one to?
Fine, isn't it?
Fourth in the league at the moment. A bit difficult probably to ask you where your aspirations lie, but obviously you're looking at that third spot. Third spot would get you anything next season? Would it get you international?
Unfortunately, you have to make top two for Champions League.
Top two for Champions League, is it?
And we had our eyes on Champions League going into the game against Reading.
All is not lost.
Definitely. But we knew that it's a really tough ask if we didn't win against Reading, and unfortunately we only managed to get a draw. So at the moment, we're in fourth, and we're just going to look at taking one step at a time.
Respectable fourth as well, by the way. A very respectable fourth. All things considered.
Well, I think any with what everybody else has got available, if you're finishing fourth behind Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, I think you've had you can say you've had a good season. Obviously, the expectation within the group is high, and I think you as a team and the management, they do aim high. I know that they've got very high hopes and expectations. So, come the end of the season, if it is third or fourth, there might be some, looking back at games, thinking if only this, pick up a goal here, pick up a goal there, then we could have got top two. But I think certainly from a fan's point of view, any of those, the rest of the teams finish behind Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, you've had a really good season. I think definitely.
Yeah, that adds a bit of spice to the Conti Cup as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, definitely. And that's something where, like I said, if people can get down to that game,
what's the date again, Chris? If you would.
Next Sunday, the 7th of August, 2:00 kick-off at Solihull Moors. Liverpool at home in the Continental Cup. But without wanting to tempt fate, one of the other quarterfinals is an old WSL2 affair between Sheffield and London Bees, I think.
Right. Okay.
And London Bees knocked Chelsea out in the last stage. So again, being greedy from a fan's point of view, if you win you've got a home quarter final. If you win that, if you get the winner of that all WSL2 affair in the semi-final, then from a fan's point of view, again, you've got a really good chance of getting to a final, which would be magnificent for this group. And if they finish fourth and get to a final, I think that's a brilliant season.
Another question, sorry, from Big Mike says, was dropping Sophie Bagley after 4 clean sheets in a row harsh? That's an open question.
It is difficult.
Yes, it was harsh. But then, when you watch Anne Catherine, she's a really commanding keeper, and she's performed really well since she's come in. So I think, as well as Sophie did, and she was magnificent, being the only keeper at the start of the season, there was a lot of pressure on her, and she was brilliant. As I think the 4 or 5 clean sheets in a row, wasn't there, with her in goal. But we haven't flooded goals in since Anne's come in, so.
Well, ladies, what can I say? Where's that hour gone to? Absolutely a pleasure and an honour to have you both on the Tilton Talk Show to kick the season off. We've got a long old haul coming up now.
We have,
you're very welcome back anytime you like. Drop in anytime you like. You're very welcome. We usually do the show Mondays, 7:30 till 9. But I know you're usually out training on a Monday or the likes, are you not?
In the day, no.
In the day, yeah. So you'll be very welcome. Either that or I'm sure we'll set up another ladies special.
Yeah. Well, hopefully if we get to the final of the Continental Cup, then we could have another one before that.
We could have one before.
When, sorry, yeah.
And one after as well.
And one after for the celebration. To celebrate Aoife's 21st.
We can have, has anybody got a sunroof on the car?
No.
I was thinking of getting all 11 of them out there, and we can't afford a bus. Let's put them all in, squeeze them out of the top. We will, don't worry. I've got cramp. That's never good. Absolute pleasure to see you both. Aoife, friend of the show already. You have to have the vote, I'm afraid. Chloe?
Absolutely.
Chloe, friend of the show. Chloe, friend of the show. At 17, you're, I think, our second youngest friend of the show.
Yeah.
With Oliver, I think, being first.
Yeah.
With Oliver. So, congratulations to you. Very, very good luck for the rest of the season, and certainly good luck in this cup run as well, because I think you're both really looking forward to that. Again, honour and a pleasure. What can I say? When I sit in front of 2 stars from Birmingham City, I'm always honoured and pleasured. I've got goosebumps up my arms. That's what it means to me. We're looking forward now to the rest of the season. Tilton Talk will start again. Is it this coming Monday?
Is it this coming?
You tell me. I haven't even told me the date yet.
You've got the next shift coming in now.
Yeah, the next shift's on its way in. Door still hasn't been oiled.
No.
Awfully sorry about Villa's lack of success last year, GA, by the way. Thought I'd just get on in. This has been the Tilton Talk Show, the ladies special. Chris, thanks ever so much, mate. Nice to see you again. Can't wait for getting it all going, and can't wait for this bungee jump. It's good. Come see it by the chance. I know you won't be able to. I'll video it for you. I promise you. I will bring it right and get on the sidelines, and I'll pass the phone over to you. Mr. Brown, thanks for your time. Listening, guys, because the Speedway Tavern, I believe, is on next. Yes. Okay. Very, very popular show. 15 minutes time. And don't forget to tune in to all the other shows that Sports Radio brings to you. Sponsored by the ELO Group. Thank you very much. Good luck, ladies. And good luck, of course, to our men's team now for the rest of the season. Keep right on to the end of the road.
No, I don't think so. No. I haven't heard anything about it. No.
Yeah, he is, I forgot to bring them football cards. I'll bring them.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks for coming.
We enjoy it far more, my dear. We enjoy it far more.
It's a good job to do it.
Yeah, it's alright.
On the journey tonight.